Most people talk too much. They explain themselves when no one asks. They justify decisions no one questions. They fill silence because silence terrifies them. And then there are the others. The ones who say almost nothing. Who watch everything. Who never reveal what they are thinking. And somehow, without raising their voice, without making a single demand, they are the most powerful people in every room they enter. This is not a coincidence. This is a psychology that most people will never understand. And today, we decode it. The first thing you need to understand about silence is what it actually communicates. Most people assume that a quiet person has nothing to say. That assumption is exactly what the quiet person wants you to make. Because while you are talking, they are learning. Every word you speak is data. Every opinion you offer is a map of how you think. Every emotion you display is a door that a silent, watching person now knows how to open. Psychologists call this information asymmetry. You have revealed yourself completely. They have revealed nothing. And in any interaction between two people, the one who knows more controls more. There is a reason the most dangerous animals on Earth are quiet. The apex predator does not announce its presence. It does not negotiate. It does not explain its intentions. It simply waits and moves only when the moment is exactly right. Human beings are animals, and the silent ones among us have not forgotten that. Now I want to talk about something that most people have experienced, but never had a name for. You walk into a room. Someone is there who speaks very little. They are not rude. They are not cold. They simply observe. And you notice something strange happening inside you. You feel the need to explain yourself to them. You feel the urge to fill the silence between you. You find yourself talking more than you intended, saying things you did not plan to say. And when you leave, you realize they know everything about you, and you know almost nothing about them. That feeling you experienced is called social pressure inversion. Normally, social pressure flows toward the quieter person. Society trains us to fill silence, to be agreeable to offer ourselves. But the person who refuses to participate in that game, who sits comfortably in the silence you find unbearable, has reversed the pressure entirely. They are not uncomfortable. You are. And whoever is uncomfortable is the one who concedes. Nietzsche wrote that the higher the man, the fewer the words. And he was not speaking about arrogance. He was speaking about awareness. The person who has truly understood themselves does not need external validation, does not need to announce their worth, does not need to win every argument, because they are not seeking approval. They already have their own. And a person who does not need your approval cannot be controlled by withholding it. Let me give you the 6 psychological properties of genuinely silent people. Not shy people, not fearful people. Silent by choice, silent by design. Property 1. They cannot be baited. Most social manipulation works through provocation. Say something that triggers an emotional response. Watch the person react. Use that reaction against them. But you cannot provoke a response from someone who chooses not to respond. Silence is the only defense that works against every attack simultaneously. You cannot argue with it. You cannot mock it. You cannot win against it, because there is nothing to win against. A person who refuses to react has already won. Property 2. They are always gathering, while others perform. The silent person studies. They watch how you treat the waiter. They watch what you say when you think no one important is listening. They watch the gap between what you claim to believe and how you actually behave. Most people never notice they are being studied, because the silent observer gives you nothing to react to. No challenge, no judgment, no visible response. Just attention. Quiet, total, clinical attention. And by the time they decide to act, they know you better than you know yourself. Property 3. Their words carry weight. When a person speaks constantly, their words become background noise. You stop listening. You start waiting for your turn to speak. But when a person who almost never speaks suddenly says something, every person in the room goes still, because something unusual is happening. The person who chooses silence has chosen to break it. That choice signals what follows is important. You have been conditioned to listen, not because they demanded it, but because they earned it, through the discipline of saying nothing until they had something worth saying. Property 4. They make their own decisions. Noise is the primary vehicle for social influence. Loud opinions, constant persuasion, peer pressure delivered at volume. The silent person lives outside that frequency. They did not see the viral argument. They did not absorb the crowd's panic. They sat with the information, alone, quietly, and decided for themselves. This is not stubbornness. This is sovereignty. The ability to choose your own conclusions, without the interference of other people's noise. And in a world engineered to make you reactive, the person who remains still is the most free person alive. Property 5. They are impossible to read. And that invisibility is power. In every negotiation, every conflict, every interaction, the person whose position cannot be determined holds the leverage. You do not know what they want. You do not know what will satisfy them. You do not know what they would accept. So you offer more than you needed to. You concede before they even asked you to. Because the unknown is more intimidating than any declared demand. Silence is the only negotiating position that never weakens. Property 6. And this is the most important one. They have mastered the thing most people run from their entire lives: being alone with themselves. Most noise in the world is people running from their own thoughts. The constant scroll, the constant stimulation, the constant conversation, all of it is avoidance. The person who chooses silence has faced themselves, has sat with the uncomfortable thoughts, has processed what others bury. And on the other side of that is a stillness that cannot be shaken from the outside, because it was built from the inside. Now, I want to speak to you directly, not about someone you know, about you, because you would not still be watching this if some part of you did not already recognize this path. You have felt the noise around you become unbearable. You have noticed that most conversations cost you energy they never return. You have watched people perform their opinions loudly and felt something quiet and certain inside you that had nothing to prove. That is not antisocial behavior. That is discernment. The ancient Stoics had a practice. They called it the discipline of the will, the deliberate choice of what enters your mind, what deserves your energy, what is worth your words, and what simply is not. Every word you withhold is a word your enemy cannot use against you. Every opinion you keep to yourself is a weapon that remains sharpened. Every silence you choose is territory you own. The world will always try to fill your silence. It will call you cold. It will call you arrogant. It will tell you that you need to open up, to be more expressive, to let people in. What it is actually telling you is that your silence is making it uncomfortable. And uncomfortable people want you to change. Not for your benefit, for theirs. Let them be uncomfortable. You are not here to manage the anxiety of people who cannot sit with stillness. You are here to build something. And the things worth building are built in silence. Before I go, one question. And I want you to sit with it, not answer it immediately. Think about it tonight when the noise stops. How much of your life has been shaped by words you said that you wish you had kept? Leave your answer below. Subscribe to Shadow Maxims. Every week, something you were never supposed to know. See you in the next one.